Let's see what the IDF military spokesperson has to say about all
In
of
response to months of continuous attacks from the regime in Iran against the State of Israel, right now, the Israel Defense Forces is conducting precise strikes on military targets in Iran. The regime in Iran and its proxies in the region have been relentlessly attacking Israel since October 7th on 7 fronts, including direct attacks from Iranian soil. Like every other sovereign country in the world, the State of Israel has the right and the duty to respond. Our defensive and offensive capabilities are fully mobilized. We will do whatever necessary to defend the State of Israel and the people of Israel.
All right, so here's what you need to understand. This is the most significant part of what you need to understand. The Islamic Republic right now is completely naked. It has no deterrence capabilities, and it's completely vulnerable to any attacks. Hamas is headless. Hezbollah is headless. And these were Hezbollah and Hamas were the Islamic Republic's main deterrent capabilities. And after those layers, the Islamic Republic's missiles were supposed to be its deterrent, its way of demonstrating its deterrent capability. So, and now the last layer was whether when Israeli missile planes, when they come to Iranian soils, will they be able to carry out their operations, or will Iran's air defense be able to cause any hassles for them? And apparently it can't. Around many planes, I don't know exactly. I mean, the reports say 100, but I'm not yet sure. I will keep you guys updated once we get more reports, if these reports are actually accurate. But if these reports are correct, Israeli planes can just come and use Iranian airspace and come do what they want in Iran without any hassle, without any defense. Not a single one of these planes were taken down, or they met no resistance. They came and carried out their operation with basically no resistance. Unbelievable. So let's think about this in layers. Actually, I have so many images that I need to show you guys as well. I have images that I need to show you guys. There's so much I need to go over. Okay. So layer 1 has been removed. Layer 1 is Hezbollah and Hamas. Layer 2 was the Islamic Republic would say that if you attack us, we will throw missiles at you. So there were 2 operations, Vade Sadiq 1 and Vade Sadiq 2. These are the names of those operations. The last one on October 1st, where the Islamic Republic threw missiles at Israel. And we all saw that the missiles that the Islamic Republic throws at Israel doesn't do much. They are very inaccurate, and basically it doesn't kill anybody. It doesn't kill Israelis in Israel, right? So they are very ineffective. So that was the level 2. Now we see that the Islamic Republic was a paper tiger, right? So yeah, and now we see that when Israeli planes come to Iran, their air defense is pathetically weak. They were just flying around Iranian airspace as if it's their own airspace, as if there's nothing to be worried about. They did everything they wanted to do and they just left. This is devastating and for the Islamic Republic. And now we have to see what they're going to do in response. Because if Israel has very effectively shown that they could do whatever they want anywhere on Iranian soil. Anywhere on Iranian soil. So the Islamic Republic's defense mechanism right now should be to act like nothing happened. They have to very aggressively act like this was nothing, because they must know that they do not have the capacity to retaliate. By the way, let me actually show you this cool image of the Israeli. So hold on. So 4 of the navigators that actually went and did the strikes in Iran, 4 of them were women. So you can see these cool images showing up. So these were the planes right before they took off to go take out their strikes on Iran. And yeah, you can see this picture. And again, the reason why I know you're like, okay, Armin, who cares that they're women? It's important that they're women because this is, you have to understand the Muslim mindset. This is very humiliating. Okay, if you have women basically coming out and attacking you from an Islamic mindset, this is very humiliating. Okay, I don't know why they find that more humiliating, but they find it humiliating. Okay, so yeah, we had female navigators involved in the attack, and you can see this image. You can see their faces are blurred and everything, and you can see we have footage of one of the factories being so this is footage of a factory in southern Tehran that was taken out that with the airstrikes, and this factory was involved in producing parts for the suicide drones that was used against Israel and also against Ukrainian civilians, by the way. So let's watch this video. So this was one of the factors. So again, there are many different sites that were targeted. This is just one example. So apparently, all the targets, apparently, as so far that we know, all the targets were managed to, like, they managed to hit all the targets, and they met zero resistance. Zero resistance. Okay, so here's an important thing to understand, right? So within Iran, we're seeing so many mixed reactions to this, right? Obviously, the mixed reactions among pro-regime people and mixed reactions among anti-regime people. Okay, so among pro-regime people, we have I would say three reactions. One reaction, people who are trying to act like nothing happened, not nothing as in this was a small attack, nothing as in there wasn't even an attack, right? Then they have another reaction that is, okay, the attack has happened, but this was pathetically small. Is this all you got? Ha ha ha, right? And then the third reaction of people who say, okay, this was small and pathetic, haha, Israel is weak, but we need to respond. And there's also a fourth reaction that doesn't come right at the beginning. The fourth reaction comes a little bit later. Fourth reaction is the pro-regime people who usually stay quiet until the first wave of reactions go away, and then they come with the actual genuine analysis, and they say, okay, this was bad, and we need to respond. Right. So the first two people, the people who act like nothing happened, and the people who say that something happened, but this was pathetically small, we don't need to respond, those are the people who are doing what the regime wants them to do, because the regime knows that they're incapable of responding. So they need those two, the two first groups. The people, the hardliners who want a response, either the ones who are saying this was a pathetically weak response, but we still need to respond, or the people who say this was devastating to us, we need to respond. Those are very costly to the Islamic Republic, and the Islamic Republic is trying to somehow silence those people, silence those hardliners, because it's trying to use, especially the second group is the most useful to the Islamic Republic right now, because the Islamic Republic knows that it's incapable of getting into a war with Israel. Right. So that last group, the hardliners that see it as things that they are becoming more and more angry with the regime, and those are the hardliners that are understanding what's happening. And there's a divide that is happening between them and the regime, because they think the regime is not doing its duty in responding to Israel properly. So now, among the Iranians that are anti-regime, we also have mixed reactions here, right? We have those people who are against the regime and want the regime to topple, but they want no foreign intervention. They becoming less and less every day. This group. Then we have the people who are against the regime. They want the regime to topple. However, they wanted Israel to target only military sites, nothing but military sites. That group, those anti-regime people, they should be happy with what they saw last night, because this was exactly what they wanted. Okay, and then they have another anti-regime group of people who want Israel to just come fuck things up, like basically just destroy everything, right? Because they are going to be disappointed. They are the anti-regime people who think that the Iranian people can't topple the regime themselves, and they want Israel to just come and, just destroy everything in sight. Okay, they think like only in an all like a complete confrontational war with Israel and the Islamic Republic, that's the only hope we have for the toppling of the regime. So that third group is going to be disappointed. Me and my co-workers on the Atheist Republic Persian YouTube channel, we were on the second group. So we, like, tonight, once I finish this, I'm going to go on the Persian site and I'm going to brag about the attack being exactly what we wanted. So this attack was in line with at least what we wanted in our group. We said that if Israel attacks and attacks only military sites, it would be very hard for you not to defend that attack. It was very targeted, it was very precise, and it was only military sites. This makes our job, we on the Atheist Republic Persian YouTube channel, we are constantly defending Israel and Israel's actions in the region. And this attack that we just saw made our job on the Persian YouTube channel very easy, because this is a very defendable attack, right? So actually, let me show you. Apparently, again, this was one of the targets. I'm not sure. Well, actually, I'm not going to show this because I am not sure. I'm going to wait for more confirmation. Oh, here's one of the other people who. This is, by the way, this is going to piss off a lot of people, right? Again, so again, I know maybe a lot of you don't understand why I'm constantly highlighting how some of the people involved were female. Like, why are you obsessing over this? Because I know you guys don't understand. This is going to make a lot of these people so pissed off, like the fact that these are the people who are involved in taking out their sites. So here's something that is absolutely clear now to the regime as well. The Iranian people are widely not backing the regime when it comes to, like, this is, you know how a lot of people expect that if people are against the regime, if there's an attack on Iranian soil, you will have a rally around the flag effect and people will go and support the regime because there's attacks on Iranian soil. For years we thought that this is not going to be the case in Iran anymore, and every day that goes by we see that happening more and more pro-regime people were always denying that, but now it's becoming so clear. This attack, when it happened, it was very clear that most Iranian people, either if they're against these attacks, they blame the Islamic Republic, or they're supporting this attack, or at least they're not rallying behind the regime against these attacks. Like, it's becoming so obvious that it's undeniable now. So I would say the biggest defeat that we saw last night was, I mean, it's true that more than 20 military sites of the Islamic regime was targeted, and we don't know the extent of the damage yet. Right now, this is too soon for us to understand what just happened and how bad the damages were. We need to wait for more reports on that. But I would argue that the greater defeat was how obvious it is right now that the Iranian people are not rallying behind the regime and supporting them against these attacks. And it's the clarity of that is to the point that I'm now seeing that the hardliners are openly admitting that, like talking about that as if this is an obvious point. You know how when we had the Iran-Iraq war, a lot of people basically rallied around the regime against Saddam. That is completely ancient history right now in Iran. When Israel is attacking the Islamic Republic on Iranian soil, we don't see the Iranian people uniting with the regime against the so-called aggressor. That is not a thing anymore. And the fact that, I mean, this was obvious already to me, but the fact that I'm seeing more hardliners, because I am very involved in their discussions. Like, I constantly consume the discussions between, on Telegram accounts and YouTube accounts and Twitter accounts of the hardliners. I listen to them every day. And the fact that they are talking about, when they're analyzing what's happening, the fact that the way they talk is in a way that this is a given, like they're not even like when they're talking about this, that this point is not even challenged even by them anymore. That is a new reality that was not the case even a year ago. The reality that we knew that Iranian people would not be backing the regime, that was the case a year ago. But the fact that this is now transparently obvious to the hardliners now, that is a new reality, right? And this is basically, I think that the obviousness of that was the fact that this is now a reality that everybody realizes. I think that was even a bigger defeat for the Islamic Republic last night than the military facilities being destroyed. So I hope Israelis understand that the only way for the regime, if you want to end the Islamic Republic, the only way, I mean, these attacks help. It helps. But the only push that will get the job done is the Iranian people. So it's not just the Iranian people that need the Israeli people. I hope Israelis understand that Israelis also need the Iranian people. Okay, because this is not going to have a purely military solution. We need the Iranian people to take the final step against the regime. So investing in the Iranian people is the biggest way to challenge the Islamic Republic. The Israeli people are the greatest weapon that the Iranian people have, and the Iranian people are the greatest weapon that the Israeli people have. We have a mutual enemy, and we need to be working with each other.